Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We ain't linked up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
Hey, Facebook. I'm excited to be with you guys. We're going to be starting in just a minute. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to love this topic. Love this topic. I don't know anybody that doesn't, in some way, form, or fashion, get touched by sports in some way, form, or fashion. So listen, do me a favor. Don't forget to call in at 313-778-7600. But we're seeing all your comments. Love it. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing our broadcast with your friends and your families that want to be a part of it. And never miss us. Never miss us, because you might can see us on the app. You can use the app and find us as well. So I'm really excited. Chris is hosting today, and she's got family members. And, you know, it's amazing how this thing works. Sabrina's brother is big in baseball, like big in baseball, out of Atlanta, Georgia. And Chrisette has people out of Detroit. So this is going to be very interesting. I don't know about you guys, but I've learned so much about everything that I use in my regular life by being here. So here we go. I hope your volume is turned up and you're ready to listen to, girls, because we got issues. See you in a minute.
It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. Well, hello, everybody. It is a wonderful, wonderful winning Wednesday. How many of you feel like winners on today? I hope you do, because guess what? It's another beautiful day in the D, and you are here with your host on today, Chrisette Ellis from, you know it, the D, and you are listening to We Got Issues on 9:10 a.m., the Superstation WFDF. And again, I'm your host for today, and I am here with my co-host, Sabrina Goodwin Monday, and with my Force of Friendship girlfriends, Katrina and Gloria. Our girl, Katrina Harris Earl, is back on the show today. We're excited to see her. We always miss our techie girlfriend when she's away. So she is back with us on today. You guys, we are here Monday through Friday. We are excited to spend the time with you, bringing some love, some light, and some lessons and some laughter. And we hope that in these can you believe it's been almost 6 months? Almost 6 months that we have been on the air. So we hope that you have been enjoying spending some of your time with us. Yes. We're excited. I can't believe, I totally remember the first month. The first month, I'm sure some of our edges fell off, some of our eyelashes fell off. I mean, we had a whole lot going on. But we are so excited to build our tribe. So please share with your family and your friends. Talk about our show. And don't forget, you can listen to our show by downloading the 9:10 a.m. Superstation app. And you can also catch us live on either the Force of Friendship Facebook page or the 910 Facebook page. Well, you know how we do it. It is a power-packed hour. It's talk radio, and we look forward to connecting with you. We're talking about hot topics, current events, our issues, your issues, and everything in between. And we love, did I say we love? We love when you call in and share your opinions and your issues with us. So don't be shy. Call us at 313 I'm sorry, I'm going to give you my number, 313-778-7600. Again, that's 313-778-7600. Well, today, you guys, we got another great topic for you. We're talking about something that is as American as apple pie. Yeah, we're going to be talking baseball. Come on, all of my baseball lovers. I promise you, my childhood memories are riddled with going to Tiger Stadium and hanging out in the bleachers with my daddy, watching the baseball game. But we're going to be talking about the decline in the Black community with our youth playing baseball. So what can we do to reignite the love of playing baseball again in the Black community? And you know what, you guys, I'm super excited. Today we have two guests that are joining us. One of the guests is my brother in love. Did I say in love? I sure did. He has been married to my sister, you guys. Are you ready for this? 42 years.
Wow.
42. Yes, that's a wow. 42 years.
Yeah, that's a big wow. That's a huge wow.
Absolutely. I've known him since I've been was 11, 12 years old, right? But he is the coach of the Indians. And we also have another special guest, and it's Tanya Villarreal, who is the mother of Bella and her daughter, you guys. And I just am so excited about this conversation. She's the only female on the Indians, and she just happens to be white. What? The only white female on an all predominantly black baseball team. So we're excited to meet and hear her story. So you guys, before we meet our guests, I'm going to throw it over to the girlfriends because it's a lot that's going on in our country, lots of news. And so I'm going to throw it over to Sabrina Goodwin Monday. What's up, Sabrina? Chapel Hill in the house.
Everything. Hey, Chrisette, Gloria, Katrina, it's always good. This is my power hour. We're crazy busy with our businesses, our families throughout the day, but we can always look forward to coming together just 1 hour out the day and connecting with girlfriends. And so to our tribe out there, hello. Some of you are first timers. Some of you don't miss a day. You guys get a gold star because you are here with us every day, and we so appreciate you. We really, really do. I'm over here working the chat. I'm listening to you guys. So you guys for the Facebook family, you see us not looking. We are totally engaged, probably chatting on the chat. But the deal is so much, you guys woke up to the news of our girl Simone saying, I'm out. Just not going on. And, we had the incredible Wendy on yesterday breaking it down for us. I never understood or never heard the term getting lost in the air. And She made that very real for us, what it was. And we didn't know if Simone would come back and say, I can go for the all-around competition or I'm out. And sad to hear that she was out, but happy to hear that she was courageous enough, brave enough to say, I'm out and be okay with that. There's so much stress, so much pressure. So honestly, that's what's been on my mind amidst everything else. I think about Simone being away from her family. This is the first Olympics that the family members have not been able to be there and hug you, whether it be in victory and or defeat. And they're so far away. So imagine what her family must be feeling so far away from their daughter who's going through in a major way. So I'm Team Simone, still the GOAT, always the GOAT, nothing else to prove. Do you, boo? Get your mind together, and there will be another time if you choose for it to be. So that's where I am with it. What's going on, Glow, in Ellicott City?
Yeah.
Looking pretty in your red.
I'm excited to be here with y'all today. I'm so excited that everybody's with us. It's so much fun connecting. You said it good. We love connecting with you guys. And you guys, seriously, Simone, okay. I'm not normally a stalker, but I went to her Instagram, and then that led me to her boyfriend's Instagram. And I love love stories. I love love stories. And she's in love, loud about it. He to her, him, about their relationship. And he plays for the Texans, number 36. And it's so amazing to see those two strong athletes together. Him lifting her up, her lifting him up. watching how they interact, and her saying how much she's glad that he had supported her through this very difficult time. And I think today or yesterday was his birthday, so I got to see that. And so, you know, if you like love stories, like we all love love stories, so that love story is a beautiful, beautiful love story right there in Texas. They're very formidable and, you know, very engaging on their social media of their life together. So that was really exciting. I have to tell you, okay, so I have to tell all of you this, okay, which one of us sends out the funniest text? It's Chris, okay? Chris sends the funniest text messages, y'all. I'm like, Chris, where in the world do you find something? Where do you find it? When do you find it? How do you find it? I mean, 11:30 at night, 2 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock a.m. I'm like, Lordy. She said the funniest text, you guys. Seriously. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to say was, can y'all believe now we're introducing ourselves as talk radio host? I mean, like when I'm meeting people, I'm like, yeah, I'm a talk radio host. Like, you know, we've been doing this, like you said, for 6 months, and like we're legitimately radio hosts. So we're excited to be on 9:10 a.m. the Superstation. We're excited about all that we're learning. We're learning, and our tribe is learning by being on the radio. So let's go to the one girlfriend who has arrived with the girls, Katrina Harris. Welcome back, Katrina. Welcome back.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for holding it down yesterday. I had so much going on, Chris. I had to write it down. I had a ball with my grands, but I will tell you honestly, gosh, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I wouldn't trade that time for the world. And everywhere we went, I was concerned, overly cautious with COVID. I actually, y'all didn't tell you this, I just came from getting a COVID test because I felt a little pressure in my chest. I felt a little cough, and I was like, oh, I've been to LA, I've been to Phoenix, I've been in San Francisco, I've been in Chicago. So interesting, yesterday I tried to get the rapid COVID test, and in the Bay Area, I could have got it if I drove way to San Jose. It would have cost me like $136. But landing here in Chicago, the inner city, first place when I called, walk in, no questions asked, rapid. I got the rapid test and the one that comes in 24 to 48 hours. So we were sitting there, Anthony and I, we get the test. And I said, so I got to wait like 15 to 20 minutes. It was a sister. She said, girl, you ain't got to wait. Trust me, that thing, as soon as I stick it in your nose and stick it in there, I already know. Because if you was positive, you would have been out of this room so fast. She said it's immediate. She said it takes 15 to 20 minutes if you are positive, but if you're negative, they know like that. I was like, that's interesting. And then I just finished.
You're positive.
That's the part, and I might be getting it twisted or wrong, but she said it came. She says, before I even stuck the thing up your husband's nose, I already knew that you were negative. So now that's the rapid test though, which is only like 60 to 70% positive. So I'm still waiting on the regular one, but it just is really good. And then I was with my trainer right before this, literally. We had to do a 45-minute workout because I was like, I got to get ready for the radio show. And so after he finished killing me, he told me that he's getting the third Pfizer. His wife is a clinical pharmacist, and he is about to get his third Pfizer shot. I thought that was interesting.
Oh, okay.
He's getting a booster. He's getting the booster next week. Next week, before they fly to Vegas.
I didn't even know we could get it.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah. Dr. Fauci came on because Pfizer kind of jumped the gun and announced that their vaccine, and that was according to, I think, some statistics that they got out of Israel, that some of the people that got it earlier, that they were having some breakthrough with the viruses, and that, you know, they were going to start doing boosters. But then Dr. Fauci came back and said, you know, he is not promoting that because they have other studies that, you know, we are still, you know, 80 to 90% not having to worry, you know, about it. And so he said that they came back and apologized, and they apologized because they announced that they were going to do a booster without letting the CDC know. And so the CDC has not said you have to get a booster. That is just something that Pfizer is saying, but they did come back and apologize that they did not run that past the CDC. So you know what? The only thing that really upsets me is that when you hear all of this back and forth, and the CDC is saying this, and then what the vaccination companies are saying this, anybody that's looking for any kind of excuse not to get the vaccination, they look at that and say, well, the left isn't talking to the right. The left hand ain't talking to the right hand. So, you know, I just wish that they would all be on one accord so we don't have to deal with that.
But maybe it's because they don't know. Just don't know.
Yeah, I think it's because it's political.
It's all
I think
testing.
it's political. I think it's political. I think
know.
that they're all tiptoeing through it because they don't want to make a political mistake, and they don't want to say that the government said. But I'm listening closely. They make you wear helmets. They make you wear seatbelts. They make you take vaccinations for other things. I don't know what's holding them back. But I think it's political.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a little bit of all of it, and money, and because money always has something to do with it. So I totally agree with that.
Right.
I totally agree with that. So you guys, I know we are coming fast up against the break, but we absolutely want to bring in too. We got issues, our guest on today. Really quickly, let me just share this with you. It's been 64 years ago that the New York Times ran this headline on the front page of its sports section. Jackie Robinson quits baseball. It marked the end of one of the most important eras in sports history, one that saw the first African-American play Major League Baseball in the modern era. The barriers Robinson broke remain important, but a recent decline in participation by African Americans has brought disappointment. According to a study by the Arizona-based Society of Baseball Research, participation by African American players in the Major League Baseball has declined steadily since 1981. And by 2016, that number plummeted to 6.7%, the lowest percentage, get this, since 1957. In 1956, Robinson's final year in the majors, African Americans made up 6.7% of major league rosters. At the start of the 2020 season, that number was only 7.8%, according to Major League Baseball. And several teams, including the Diamondbacks, didn't have an African American player on opening day. So it's a lot to talk about. Baseball. Come on, y'all remember the song. Come on, Michael, play a little bit of the song. Take me out. Come on, sing along.
Chris got props. She got props.
I love that song. All right, thank you, Michael. Thank you. Take me out to the ball game. Well, you guys, we want to welcome to We Got Issues, Darryl Ott, the coach of the 2021 Youth World Series Silver Bracket Champions of Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Welcome, Darryl Ott. And we want to also welcome to the stage Tanya Villarreal, the mother of Bella, the only female Caucasian player on the predominantly Black Indians baseball team. Welcome to We Got Issues. Oh my goodness, we are so excited to have both you, Darryl, and Tanya on our show. And of course, as I said earlier, I've known Darryl pretty much all my life. He has been a part of our family. And when I tell you, my brother-in-law loves him some baseball. I promise you, he loves it so much. I wouldn't be surprised if he came out of the womb saying baseball. That's just how much He loves it. So listen, I know we are getting ready to come right up against a break. And so we're going to go ahead and go to the break because we have so much that we want to talk about this issue. And so when we come back from the break, we're going to start with Darryl. We're going to share a little bit of your story. And then absolutely, we're going to meet Tanya and she's going to share some of her story. So you guys stay tuned to We Got Issues on 9:10 a.m. the Superstation. We're going to pay a few bills and we'll be right back talking about reigniting the love of baseball in the Black community. We'll be right back after the break.
Wow, Facebook, it is so exciting to be. This is so good. We didn't even get to them until after the break. So that's really exciting. I hope you guys can hear me okay. This is going to be so interesting. I promise you, as we go through here, it'd be awesome if you guys could comment on the things you learned.
I just put it on mute. Now I can see.
That will make such a big difference.
Okay, but I don't hear them.
You hear me over here talking.
They'll hear me, right?
Yeah, they'll hear you. Yeah, we hear you on here.
Oh, okay.
You can hear them on the phone though, right? You can hear my mom.
I hear you. I can only hear your mom. I could hear them when they were speaking in the other segment.
Yep.
Okay, so now I'm good.
Yeah. So we're getting ready. He's listening in on the call. We're so excited. Now, this is
all right. Because Karen, I'm gonna have to take it off the mute.
He's ready for the pros. So that's gonna be sort of exciting to hear what she has to say and what he has to say about that. I mean, I like all sports. I like all sports. But baseball hasn't been my sport.
Okay,
but I think that this show is bringing me in and bringing me over. I think it was a sport I understood. It wasn't necessarily the fun and the school that people would be on. I'm more like a cheerleader. But I can play sports, but not as much. But I wonder who of our Facebook group really knows baseball, like really loves baseball, like has family members that play baseball. Now I will tell you, my granddaughters are like totally in the softball, like totally, and one is like exceptional. So that's going to be a big change for us. When I went down to Atlanta and saw her play, I was like totally all over it. So that was a big excitement. I'm excited to hear that people. I'm excited to watch that. And then you guys be so kind and welcoming. Carolyn, you are so good. Welcoming the coach. Lois, welcoming the coach. You guys, this is so exciting. Yes, both my sons play baseball. Really, Carolyn, that is exciting. Okay, so the audio choppy. Listen, the reason the audio choppy is because I believe the coach has his computer up. So we got to get him to turn his computer down because that's going to be pretty major. And so you got to stick with us. Let me see. Because in just a few minutes, we're going to be back on. That's going to be so good. I wonder if you guys have any questions about baseball. And then I'm trying to make sure our audio gets right. You guys, talk about multi-talented. Like, really getting, like, multi. Okay.
Okay. Welcome back to We Got Issues, 9:10 a.m. the Superstation. And right before the break, we were being introduced to the coach of the Indians, Darryl Ott. And we're so excited to have him and Tanya Villarreal is on with us on today, and we are talking baseball. We're talking about reigniting the love for baseball in the Black community. And we're also going to talk to Tanya, who is the mother of Bella. And Bella is a phenomenal player on the Indians. She just happens to be the only female, and she just happens to be white, the only white female on a predominantly Black team. What is that all about? You know, We Got Issues. We want to know, right? So Darryl, welcome to the show. Darryl, welcome to the show. We're excited to have you. Yes.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, good. And welcome, Tanya. So listen, Darryl, let's just start really quickly. When did your love of baseball begin?
It started probably about when I was 5 years old. My dad, he played softball. My uncle, he played baseball. In fact, he played in the Negro League. It was towards where they would decline, but that's where my love started when I was about 5.
Wow, when you're 5 years old. And you know what? And that's, a lot of times when we see which kind of sport that our children are going to, lean towards when they are younger. So let me ask you this. Did you play when you were in college, and did you see yourself going to the major leagues?
Yeah, I played all my life. I played amateur baseball as a kid, high school baseball. I played college baseball at Fair State College,
Wow.
which is Fair State University now.
Wow.
Uh,
Right.
Been that long, so I got an extensive baseball background.
Okay, excellent. So did you ever think you would go to the major leagues, or you were kind of like after college?
Well, no, I did. In fact, I had a really good career as I got older. And all kids, that's their dream, is to play in the major leagues. And I had some opportunities, and people talked to my father, but things didn't pan out for me. And that's what happens with most kids. The percentages are very low. But no, that was my dream, as every kid and every kid that I coach.
Okay, got it. So let me ask you this. When did you decide that you wanted to go into coaching?
Oh, well, that was like about in 1996. And what happened there was we were at church, and I talked to Bishop. I said, I want to start a team. And when I started it, I wanted to do it with all girls. And my first player was going to be Kiera. It's going to be my niece. And I got her and some of her friends, and Bishop bought in, and Trustee Hardy bought in. And I started this team, but I couldn't get enough girls. So I had to add some boys. And we had this team. Well, Chris, as you know, you were there. We were playing games. We didn't win a game. We put this team together, and we would play. And the girls, they would like to do girls' things. But we were playing one day. Ice cream truck comes by. Kiera's on the field. And she stops playing baseball and turns to the ice cream truck. So I'm like, Kiera, turn around. And she turns around for a second. I look away. I look back. She's turned back to the ice cream truck. That had her attention. Then we had another little girl. She was dancing on the field, and I'm telling her to stop dancing. Pay attention. When I finally finished talking to her, I looked back at Kiera. Kiera's turned back around to the ice cream truck. That was my first experience of coaching baseball. And then we take a team picture. Instead of us taking the team picture as you would in baseball, Kiera and all her friends, all her little girlfriends, they were posing. And I'm like, no, you don't pose for the picture in baseball. There's a certain thing that you do. But I couldn't stop from posing. So they posed and everything. And I said, well, this didn't go well. So,
and you know what, you guys, I so remember that day. And I was like, you know what? I'm sure, Darryl, if that was going to be your team, you absolutely wouldn't be on the show today, because your team, your stint as being a coach would absolutely be over. But I'm so thankful that the bad news girls didn't stop your passion from being a coach. And so now, you have gone on to coach, and talk about how many years you have been doing it. And then kind of start telling us a little bit of the challenges that you find in the Black community when it comes to reigniting the love of baseball.
Yeah, coaching baseball in our community is a tough thing. Opportunities don't come our way as they do in suburban areas. we don't have the facilities. We don't have a lot of the things that's necessary for a kid to play or to even really keep their interest. So we work hard at doing things that's going to draw the kids to what we do. And we're just trying so hard uh, to keep up and get kids to understand what it takes.
So what are some of the expenses that go into, playing baseball?
That's the biggest issue, expenses. And when you start talking about the finances, you're talking about team fees, training, out of town fees. Whereas in basketball, you just need a basketball. Football, a football, you can do a lot of things. But baseball, there is a fee. Our fees are probably lower than anyone's fees. Most travel teams and suburban teams, their fees are probably twice ours. My fees for a kid to play is $1,800, and people look at that as a lot. But in baseball, also, one baseball bat per kid can cost $300 to $400. Understand that, and that's just for a bat. You haven't talked about a glove and cleats and the $1,800 fee, out of town fees. So in our community, that's hard. In suburban communities, a lot of times those parents are just able to write a check, but we aren't able to do that. Also in our communities, you do not find the facilities for our kids. You do not have the baseball fields that are available to them. In the suburban communities, you go out there, they're well manicured, they're beautiful fields. We don't have that here. And so the kids don't have anywhere that they can go to hone their skills. And it's hard. It's disappointing. And, it's something that I've tried to champion and get people to understand and give us the help to do the things that we need to do. But it's so expensive. And other than hockey, there's no sport as expensive as baseball.
Wow. So
I did not know that.
Yeah. Gloria, you want to add, did you want to ask something?
I was just saying I had no idea the expense. I had no idea $300 to $400 for a bat. $1,800. I had no idea that it was one of the most expensive sports to put children through. I mean, this is very, very informative.
Yeah. And I tell my kids, because they play in upper tournaments. It doesn't play within a rec league. They play in travel baseball. So when we get a bat, and my parents, a lot of times you can't afford the newest of bats, and those are from $300 to $400 and up. Now they're even more expensive, but we may buy last year's model. So you might be able to get them for half the price, but sometimes maybe not even that. And like I said, add up on top of that, you're paying for $100 for a glove. You're paying for uniforms. There's so much involved and so much of an expense. So parents tend to shy away from it because they don't have the monies to put toward it. And it's a great sport for our kids, but with it costing so much, it's difficult.
Wow. And that seems to be one of the major hindrances from getting, young people in the Black community invested in baseball, because simply it becomes about finances. And there's some other questions I want to ask, but I want to bring Tanya into the conversation. Thank you so much for being with us. You guys, you couldn't see, those of you that are listening in, her daughter was there for a few minutes. She is absolutely Bella. She is one of the stars on the Indians team. And so Tanya, just want to ask you a few questions. So tell us, what age did Bella start playing baseball or softball, t-ball?
It was baseball. We had her at 4 years old. She picked up a glove.
Wow.
And so, I mean, but
Wow.
what made her of all, I mean, she could have been a cheerleader, she could have played soccer. What was it about baseball that got her excited?
Well, she likes balls and she likes throwing them. And so my husband and I just said, let's buy her a glove, find a team. And that's where it all started.
Wow.
And you know what? There's something to be said. Somebody said when you have children, you really, as parents, have to pay attention to where their gifting is. And sometimes, as parents, we want to say, "Go sit down." No, I'm not going to get you this. I'm not going to get you that. And sometimes you're raining on their dream because you can look and see, oh, you know what? There might be a gift there. And boy, is there a gift in your daughter. So how did you hear about Darryl and the Indians? How did that come about?
So Bella was on another travel team that was breaking up, and a lot of teams were reaching out to me, and I was reaching out to them to see if there was tryouts. Well, I guess one of the kids that Bella's been playing with, she wanted to stay with them, DeAndre and Jacob. So DeAndre's dad said that there was a team that they can stay together on with Coach Ott. And Coach Ott has seen Bella play, and they said, yeah, he would love to have her. So that's how it started, from one of the dads.
Wow.
Okay, so your daughter was playing on another travel team, and she
Yes.
had some teammates that were already a part of the Indians, and she wanted to stay with them, and so that's why she stayed. That's why she joined in the Indians team. Wow. So,
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about, as they say, the elephant in the room. I mean, Bella, I mean, everything that I've heard, and I have not had a chance to see her play, but let's be clear. Darryl talks about her skill set, and how everybody is just amazed at, just how awesome she is. And so talk about her being the only, I mean, she's really a double minority. And I mean, most of the time when we talk about a double minority, we're talking about a Black woman, okay? But in this case, Bella is a double minority because she is a female on an all-male team, and she's the only white female. So was there any issues with that? Did you have some pushback? What were people saying?
So I never had anybody say anything about her playing with all her brothers. Just that she had talent, and that's what stuck out from the rest. I mean, not that it was a Black or a white or a Mexican. It's because of the hard work she put in that she sticks out for that and speaks for itself. But we've never had nothing negative being on this team. No backlashes or nothing. Just everybody thought she was a boy until they heard her name.
That is funny. And you know what? I guess I was really kind of thinking that, you may have had some that thought, she could be on a more, I don't want to say no more diverse team, but a team that, that looked more like her, that had more opportunities, that, they were going to be doing much. But I mean, it really makes me feel good. And that's awesome to hear that you didn't get any pushback or people, whispering, why is she on that team? She would, get more exposure sometime being on a different kind of team. So that's really, really exciting. I'll throw it over to the girlfriends. If you guys have questions that you have for either Coach Ott or Tanya.
I have a question. Go ahead, Katrina. I want to know, just as a mom, I want to know, with girl playing baseball, I have I'm a GG with lots of grandkids. And obviously, is there anything that girls need to do differently playing with boys, just in terms of protection or whatever? Or is it just the same as if she was on an all girls team? That probably sounds real ignorant, but that probably is a question I bet other people listening have. I mean, are there any other special precautions you have to have with her being, and what's her age? I can't remember if you said that, Chris.
She's 14.
14. Okay. So is it any different, her playing with 14-year-old boys, than if she was on a team with 14-year-old girls? I guess I'm asking.
No, I think it's the same. I don't see a difference except for her gender. I really don't. I think girls can do what boys can do. And I don't see her playing softball. Or if she was on an all girl baseball team, that would be interesting, to say the least. I would love to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Now we treat
awesome.
Bella just like we treat the boys, and
Yes.
her skill set just stands out.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? That
That's
was my question, Coach. When you saw her play, as you see others play, whether it's a boy or a girl, what are the outstanding characteristics that you've seen in her that made her stand out? Because she not only stands out because she's on a Black team, but she stands out because her talent is so obvious. So what about her talent just started screaming at you?
Well, just her fundamentals of the game, her knowledge of the game. She's very intelligent on the field. Her physical attributes on the field are as good as any boy. She hits as well as any boy, fields the ball as well as any boy, throws the ball as well as any boy. She's a pitcher on the field, and she's one of my best pitchers. You name it, she does it on the baseball field. And in the fall, she'll be starting high school. And we're not talking about girls softball. We're talking about her being on the boys baseball team. And that's what we're transitioning into now for her. So I think that it'll become a big human interest story once she's in high school, because she will be playing on the boys baseball team, not softball, because she has that skill set.
Wow.
Share the story about the former Major League Baseball player who saw her.
Yeah. Brandon Inge of the Detroit Tigers. We are blessed enough to be able to train at Country Day High School. And Brandon Inge, his son goes there. And he was helping with their coaching. Well, I've got the opportunity to know him. We're practicing on their field. And Brandon turns to me and he says, Darryl, he said, that's a lot of hair down there. And I looked down, he was talking about Bella, because you couldn't tell because she was at a distance. And I said, Brandon, I said, that's a girl. And he said, it's a girl. And I said, yeah. So I called Bella over. I said, Bella, come here. And so she comes, and Brandon, he looks, and he's in amazement because he'd been watching her for a while. And he tells Bella, he says, young lady, he says, look, he says, don't you ever put this small ball down, talking about the baseball or the big ball, softball. He says, you can do this. And it brought such a smile to Bella's face and also to my face, because that's confirmation from a pro player that she can do this. And she went off, and I think all it did for her was inspire her more to make her work harder. But he told me, he says, Darryl, she should continue to play. And I told him, that's our plan. It's been our plan all along. Bella's never expressed the interest to play softball. And our goal is for her to play on the boys' high school baseball team and make a difference.
Wow, that in and of itself is awesome. Well, you guys, we have a caller. We have Greg Goodwin on the line. And when I tell you, I promise you, if you put Greg Goodwin and Darryl Ott in the room together, I promise you, all it's going to be about is baseball, and more baseball. Greg, are you there?
I think so.
Okay, we can hear you. How you doing? Thank you for calling. We got issues. What's going on?
Doing all right, bro, man. I'm just a little farm coach calling in.
You guys, this is my brother Greg. And when I tell you he runs
MVP, this is an organization that he's been running for 15 years, highly successful at the high school level, where he has pro scouts come in and look at these minority athletes who are really, really great. And he's gone on to produce how many major league players there? Greg, just tell a little bit about your story and how you really are excited about keeping our community highly active and involved in baseball.
We just know that that was a lie when they said black kids aren't playing baseball. They've always played. They continue to play. But there's an economic aspect of limiting them from playing. And because, colleges only get 11.7 scholarships. So you can't tell a kid he's going to get 100% scholarship in football and basketball and keep playing baseball. Because economically it's not feasible for them. But our kids have always played. And we just started training about 15 years ago just to tell people kids are still playing baseball. I heard Mr. Ott talking about Brandon. I coach Brandon high school. I've been around on the situation, so I'm very, very passionate about what I do, even back involved in baseball. So I've just been an old guy that's been around baseball for a long time. I scouted with the Dodgers for 18 years as I stopped coaching, and just got back from Kansas City yesterday. There was an event hosted by Chip Long, a youth program in Florida called Pro Youth Foundation. They played a few games at the Urban Youth Academy in Kansas City, and they were the two of the Negro League Museum. So it's just been about 7 years and realizing opportunities they all are still around in baseball for our kids. So that's what I do.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Well, you know what, Greg? That is so awesome. So we got to make sure, I know you've met Darryl before, but we got to get that connection so that Darryl can hook up with you and, get his kids to participate in some of the things that you have going on because, we got issues. We love building relationships and connections. That's what it's all about. And so, Greg, you keep fighting the good fight. You keep doing what you're doing. And thank you so much for calling in. We got issues. Take care.
Hey, Chris, can I?
I've met a couple of guys that knew you too.
Okay.
Mark in Detroit.
Oh, yeah. Mark's son played for me 1 year.
Played for me 1 year. Yeah, he told me, yeah. So he was in Kansas City. There's a small baseball community. Yeah. And anybody ain't no coach dribble, so we'll talk, man. Well, all right. I would love to bring my team down to play in your league or in one of your tournaments. Well, these are high school teams. Your team's a little young right now. Okay.
That was good being high school. That was good being high school. Absolutely. You know what? Let me ask you, Darryl, of all of the young boys, and this is one of the reasons
started where they're young. Talk to us about, some of the standout players that you have had and what they are doing. I know that Greg talked about, several of the black baseball players. They've gone on to go to the major league. So talk to us about a few of the players that you've had that are doing some outstanding things as well.
Yeah, we've been fortunate enough over the years to have 3 of our players drafted professionally. We have 2 of them still in professional ball. One decided to give it up and go on with his career. We have one, his name is Sterling Sharp, who made his major league debut last year with the Miami Marlins. He was the only African-American on that team. Now, you see a lot of brown faces, but they're not us. Right. And when they speak, then you know that they're not us. But Derek Jeter kind of made him the spokesperson for the Marlins. And he's right now in AAA baseball, but he's back with the Washington Nationals. And hopefully he's going to be moving back into the major league sometime this year. He had been nursing an injury. And then we have another young man that's in the Kansas City Royals organization. So we've had some success. But my biggest success for my kids are over all these years, they graduate college with degrees. I have a ton of them with bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, PhDs, and we do have one pediatrics doctor. So at the top of our list is academics and what they do in the classroom. They know if they want to impress me, that's how you impress me. Bring me the report card with A's and B's. Baseball filters down into second place. We're trying to help them to be good baseball players, but better human beings, high character people, outstanding in the classroom.
Awesome.
So
Excellent.
most important things.
Excellent. Making a difference on that ball field, in the classroom. That's what it's all about, for sure, for sure. I'm so excited for Bella and what she's going to do. It takes a strong one little girl to say, I can hang with those boys. I can not only hang with them, I can compete and beat. Okay. So we love that. We love Bella's attitude. Yes. Coach, I'm in the process of moving to the Cleveland area. Went to a Cleveland Indians baseball game a couple of weeks ago, got back, and they're changing the name. But it was a fun experience, an amazing experience. I always love going to the ballpark. And so do you have any thoughts of maybe changing your name? They're going to now be the Cleveland Guardians. What about you and your team?
Right. Well, I've been addressing that over the last year or two because it is an issue. And now our logo has changed. There used to be an Indian head on our hat, but now we're just known as the Indian Baseball Club, but we're known better as IBC. We're IBC is who we are. Now, if you ask what does IBC stand for, we will say Indians Baseball Club. But we try to be mindful and respectful of the name Indian and not offending anyone. A little quick story. Someone showed me a shirt one day, and like it says Indians. I was talking to someone, and it showed a shirt, and it had a white guy on it, and the name of it on it was Caucasians. And well, how would we feel if there was a team with a white person on it, say Caucasian, or a black person on it, and they were the Negroes? And that kind of set home with me.
Right.
And so, we're better known now as IBC. Everything that we wear says IBC, and we've kind of been phasing out Indians, that Indians will not be across our chest out of respect.
Awesome. Katrina?
I'm glad you asked that question, Sabrina, because it did cross our mind. I know that I don't want to take the rest of the show, but I do have two great questions myself, and a ray of sunshine on Facebook asked a question. So her question was, are there any special accommodations for Bella when she travels in terms of changing clothes? And my two quick questions is, legally, is there any legal barriers that have to be crossed for Bella to play all the way into the major leagues? Is there any legal stuff that's there? And I know there's a lot of questions, but my last question is money really the biggest barrier that stops the kids from playing baseball, or is it really the competing? I mean, a lot of these kids just don't want to play outside. They just don't want to get off the device. So money, playing, and legal stuff.
I'm not sure about that part. I had to talk with the athletic director at Bella's school because he wanted her to start 8th grade baseball and transition to the high school. Now that the coach has seen Bella and everybody's on board, there's nothing that we have to do. And for changing, I'll go with her to the bathroom and I keep the door shut, or we already in uniform when we go. So. And then they do have a locker at the middle school separate from the boys. So there was no issue there either. But coach might have to answer about the legal allegations because I don't know.
Now, I don't believe that there's any legal allegations. As long as she's good enough to play, they'll allow her to play, especially in high school. Now, college, I don't know. It depends on her skill set. If she's strong enough and good enough, I'm sure that they'll let her play.
Wow, that's
but
awesome.
She should do fine, and they'll make sure that they'll accommodate her to have the facilities that she needs to be able to be on that team because they're going to want to win. And she'll make that difference. She'll help make that difference.
And then that competing question.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just saying, then that competing question, is it really the money, or is it just that they're not as interested in playing?
Well, I think it's part of that not interested because baseball is marketed different than football and basketball. Everything that you see, like years ago, it's all Michael Jordan. It's all about the basketball players. Everything you see is the football players. They put those black players out front. You see them on television. The kids see them on television. You do not see African-American baseball players on television. They are not promoting them. And now Major League Baseball look at it like, what have we done? So now they're trying to do a little bit more, but the numbers have dropped. Chris said earlier in the show till now it's like 7%, right around there. And it's the marketing that really hurts us and getting kids not to play. Also, kids are becoming one sport athletes. You have coaches that are telling kids they need to play one particular sport all year round. Whereas when I was growing up, there was a season for each sport. That seems to be no longer the case. Myself, I love for my kids to play other sports because after baseball season, if they play another sport, basketball or football, I go as a fan. I'm a fan of theirs. I show up at their games and let them know that I'm there supporting them. But you find a lot of football coaches, basketball coaches, they will tell baseball players to not play baseball. Just concentrate on football, concentrate on basketball. You're going to be great at this. But I got a friend who's pretty wise, and he told me, a kid doesn't pick a sport. The sport picks the kid because size matters.
Right.
You cannot be 5'7" and think you're going to be a basketball star.
Absolutely.
You can't be 5'7" really and think you're going to be a football star. And coaches will lead kids into these sports, whether it's football and basketball. And I've had it happen.
Hey, Darryl, I know. We got to come to an end. Oh my God, this hour has gone by so quickly. I know. Thank you so much, Coach Darryl and Tanya, for coming and sharing with us on today. We are absolutely going to be following Bella. We know great things are on the horizon for her. You guys, you've been listening to We Got Issues, 9:10 a.m., the Superstation. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
All righty. That was a great show.
That was such a great show. Darryl and Tanya, you guys, thank you so much for coming on. I know this is the first time I know that you guys have been on the radio show, and so we appreciate it. Thank you to everybody comments. That was exciting to see everything that you guys have been saying. Tanya, we can't wait to see what Bella's going to do. And you got to promise us when it becomes breaking news, the first place you got to have her come back to We Got Issues. We got issues for that breaking news.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you guys. That was awesome.
It was awesome.